Hello viewers, I'm SB, and we're back here in Endless Legend 2. Sorry for no episode yesterday, but I spent 7.5 hours playing Tangle Deep to wrap up that series, and I just sort of ran out of time. We're back though, and this game, look, if I'm being honest, this game is a mess strategically. I mean, also all these intermingling empires and everything, this is a mess in some ways too. But we're just sort of evenly approaching all victory conditions, not really making super great progress toward any of them. We have 5 of the 9 required major factions home systems. I'm hoping we'll be at 6 by the end of the episode, but unfortunately the other 3 are really far away, really far away. So I'm wondering if maybe it might be better to head in another direction. 46 out of 103 star systems is bad. That's a bad number for us. It is almost certainly going to be faster for us to take the Supremacy victory than it is for us to take the Conquest victory. Science, on the other hand, or maybe Economy, I'm wondering if we're going to actually hit one of these on our way out to perform the necessary conquering for Supremacy. In particular, as far as Science goes, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to trade Endless Text to people, aren't I? So, there's 4 people in our alliance, we only need 10 technologies of the Endless. If I research a couple, I can trade them to everybody else in exchange for, I don't know, all of their stuff, whatever they'll give me. And that should accelerate that pretty well. I would only have to personally research 3 Endless Texts and then trade them off to the other players in the Alliance, right? So that may be what we end up doing. I know we started this talking about a Supremacy victory, but I really think that this galaxy design is awkward for that. We're still going to keep heading in that direction, but we're also going to do a lot of research. That's our goal for today. So who needs orders? Alright, you're waiting for that fleet to show up. I believe we're going to be in attack position in a turn or two here. Leo, Lyra, and Kuma are all important for us to hold for the purposes of our trade network. And then once we got that locked up, we can start pushing toward Idris. It's going to be kind of a long walk, though, out in space. Okay, who else needs this singularity? We have a compression singularity available to us. I don't really know where I want to put it. Wasat could maybe yeah, Wasat still has a lot of stuff to build. We have one running on Novarus. We don't really need one running in a lot of these other places. Yeah, alright. Wasat needs a little bit of help. I'm noticing Lasath has a curiosity available that somehow we did not get. And honestly, we can probably cut... I was going to say we could probably cut Fabricated Forces, because we're actually doing really well now on manpower, but what would we replace it with? Let's see. Akamar still needs modernization. We still need to be purchasing... what do you call it? Transvine. What are the market prices for Transvine looking like? There's not a lot of it available, unfortunately. Oh, that's right. We are bringing it in a lot faster now, aren't we? Because we're just starting to really ramp up production. So yeah, maybe I'm fine. Maybe I don't need to worry about it so much. We do need to keep hammering on the trade companies, although the value of that is going to be somewhat limited until we actually get these systems cleared. Make sure that we are in position on this system when this red ship arrives, because we want to blow it up. Not that we particularly need to, it's not like it's important, but every time we destroy or drive off a red ship, it affects the Craver's willingness to continue attacking us. We don't need to wipe them out, although it may turn out to be better to do so. What we need is for them to be ready to give up and accept that we are superior when we take their capital. Alright, we're discovering Red Sang, which is fine, and also benthic gems, which are fine. I mean, the deposit's great, at least. Alright, so we've hit Leo. Siege modules are pretty effective. Not a lot of ships in this fleet, but there sure is a lot of firepower. Alright, Leo, Lyra, and Kuma. I think this fleet is probably Heading to Kuma via HD 5080 50833. 50833. Well, however you want to put it. Alright, so we're still making ships there. This fleet finally caught up with its cipher. So I guess these guys might go over to Duyel and just try to push up this way. I think there's a pretty good chance that the Craver, whatever defense fleets these Cravers have access to, are going to be headed in this direction, right? So if we let ourselves in the other side of their empire, we might be able to take a world or two before they can respond. Hold up. Before we go anywhere, the Spirit is pretty damaged. I guess it's the only ship that is, though. Did I have all of my heroes actually assigned to fleets? Yes, okay. I remember last episode I got a hero near the end. I wanted to make sure I wasn't just having him sit idle. Well, yeah, I think this is what we're doing. I'm not going to worry too much about Duyel itself, but use it as a gateway into the rest of their stuff. You have any probes? You have not regenerated any probes, so you're just sitting there. Okay, we don't know where this player's capital is. Where do I think this space lane ends? I'm going to guess here. Then we'll head off in that direction. Okay. Well, things are certainly going. So it would be really cool to get some antimatter. I'm going to have to buy it. Which we can't do. Yeah, that's right. This system was fabricating forces because we don't really have anything else for it to do right now. I don't think the vision range is going to actually give us any value, but it's such a small amount of industry. It's like a sixth of a turn. We can afford to do that. And then I think I'd rather have you in dust making mode than manpower making mode. So here we have a dust water deposit. Dust water is actually pretty alright. That is a thing that we totally might use as our part of our System 4 level, or our level 4 system upgrade, provided that we actually go to the trouble of getting one. So you guys are still ecstatic. We don't need to worry about approval, but we can generate some more influence. Let's see, Epistis are being born here. It's probably better for us to get Riftborn. So we have time to build one Riftborn, and that one Epistis will be born. That's fine. We are at 43 Epistis. Maybe I don't want to do this because I do want to see the law. Even though this is going to be a little bit less effective, it'll be good information for the future. We can at least kind of get a sense of the form that those laws take. So we don't need extra mining tech here. We're going to let this remnant be born, so we don't want to start building that. Yeah, that's worth picking up now. There's enough people on Oshi too. And then we can build honeycomb scopes kind of all over the place, and it'll increase the vision of the systems, but I suspect that we're going to get very little value out of that. Alright, so this is Eider and Horatio breeding world. It's not awesome. One thing we could do is we could send the population of Yetics to a system that's full and just sort of have them hover outside of it, the way we had that one ship stuck over here earlier. And that would allow us to fill the Yetic system with something else. So Horatio are not particularly good population units. It is kind of horrific to think about what that actually represents. We just make them live on the ship forever. But it might be in our best interest, mechanically. What's the deal with the Eider? They like benthic gems, which we certainly have enough of. They generate a lot of money on gas planets. They lowered the buyout cost on systems with Eider population at 20. I don't think we're going to get to 20. I think it's too late in the game. You know what? I think I'm fine just letting this system breed up the way it's breeding up. We're actually pretty close to our population cap pretty much everywhere. Alright, so you need to build... Oh, that's not very useful. Yeah, I guess make this, it's a pretty small number, but... no sense in not getting the extra science. Yetix is... You know, the 20 industry that we get from this will actually be fairly significant to that system. As silly as it seems. Yeah, we probably don't need to keep pushing manpower for now. Still ecstatic everywhere. We'll just go into dust mode. You know, we do actually have strategic resources here. We should probably do this. Does Remor already have a honeycomb scope? It must. Okay. The cost of building the honeycomb scopes is so low that there's really not any reason not to put them up everywhere. And then, over here on Pixis, which is a Horatio system, we could population bomb this this system with, like, Epistis or Remnant. Probably Remnant. That might be a thing that's worth doing. Now, let's build a couple of basic buildings here, because apparently the Horatio could not be bothered to do so. So... where are all of my remnants, anyway? A lot of the systems that we've taken from Horatio are pretty weird in terms of population. Okay, there's a remnant here. But this is actually the only point of remnant population, so if we remove it, another one won't be born next turn. So maybe we wait until next turn. And we also only have one remnant here. Is there a better way to quick check my population units? Yeah, scrolling through this screen's a little faster. And I really still don't have very many. That's kind of the core issue here. Alright. Let's give it a turn. Maybe two. Let some of these births actually happen. So I don't know exactly what kind of military we're flying into here. But my suspicion is that it's not big enough to handle ours. Even though ours is not very big, it's very advanced, and our individual fleets are very large. Alright, what do we want to search over here? Subterranean, ruins, and quest. What quest is this? Oh, this is one of these. Yeah, we should do that. Should try to get him on this photobomber thing if we can. I'm not going to go super out of my way to make it happen, but... Alright, so our colony on Lekim is finished, which means we have progressed this quest. We've gotten a whole 30 NP artifacts, which we don't really benefit from.
Planning. You don't want to hurt us harmless sophons, do you?
Alright, we're working on it, buddy. We're coming. There, see? Look at how much I'm helping right now. Alright, so let's have a look at our colony over here. I definitely don't need to rush this. How is there 2 units of Calgaros population here already? Well, these guys are not ideal for this system. What we should probably do is send over a, you know what, a population convoy is going to take so long to get out here, it's probably not even worth doing. Yeah, we'll let them build that. And it's possible for the Lumeris to just buy the system off of us, which I hope they do not do. But if they do, you know, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so let's move one of you guys out to... gee. I've already forgotten the name of the system that I was going to send them to. It was a 2-planet system, I think. Wait, it was Pixis, right? Yeah. Let's help overwhelm things a little bit more. And that'll give Oshie enough room for another berth, although it looks like it's going to be Calgaros instead. And we definitely cannot ship off all the Calgaros quickly enough to stop that from happening. Well, you know what, actually. We can't ship off all the Calgaros this turn, but maybe we can do this fast enough. If we came back here and sent out 3 next turn and 2 the turn after, the next berth would not be them. Do we still have the Remnant boosted? We do, okay. I don't know. The odds of us getting the Remnant to high enough value to 20 seems poor. Okay. Well, let's resolve this battle. Let's figure out how things are gonna go in this war. So this is our largest and meanest fleet. Got a pair of Spectres. He's got 16 command points. This is going to be a complex one. Let's see. I see a lot of laser defense. His ships are kind of all in different stages of retrofitting, it looks like. Very, very largely missile-based weaponry, though. Well. So we're going to go science from scrap. You know, I honestly don't know what state our ships are in. Spirit 3's these must be the boarding pod vessels based on the effectiveness. Yes, our plan is just basically to get inside and dump the boarding pods on them. Alright, well, science from scrap I think is probably the right way to do that. We certainly don't want to maintain our distance here. So, the Spectres remaining at long range have 70,000 health each. I guess I'm not too worried about them getting blown up. We're definitely watching this, though. Okay, they chose an interesting... So they went power to shields. Alright, well, shield absorption is not going to affect us very much because, of course, a lot of our ships are reliant on boarding pods. I think these are the up-to-date ships with the boarding pods. We shall see. Let's jump them in. And, oh boy, that's a lot of rockets. Oh boy, both of those ships are very injured. So they are rolling at full manpower, which is going to make this boarding pod strategy a little bit more difficult. I don't see any boarding pods. These might not be the up-to-date mediums. Yes, this is not great. The good news is that the large ships are in basically no danger at all. And as the bombers start to arrive here, we should start to see some serious damage. Yeah. So we will take apart this Kraber fleet, but the losses were significant. Like, really significant. A single missile hit over here. Yeah, losses were heavy. And it looks like there's not that much battle left. So actually, I think we're not going to injure these ships very much. Because there's just not enough time for the bombers to actually get over here. Well, so we lost 3 mediums and a small to their 2 mediums and 3 smalls. That's bad for us. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is that we have 2 large ships left to their 2 mediums and a small, which means that in a moment, when I counterattack, we will definitely wipe them out. Come on, launch some volleys before the battle ends. There you go. Yeah, costly. Their formation was pretty good against our formation there. Well, let's finish it off. They'll probably just run, I assume. Oh, I didn't need to watch that. They're not running, really. Curious. Well, we don't need to watch this. So 400 and 440 plus 1200 and 1320. Not a bad yield. Obviously pretty non-ideal in terms of remaining ships, but actually a lot of our siege power remains. The large ships were doing a lot of the lifting on that. Alright, well, we could probably pull Lasath off of 3D printing duty, because I think it's time to make some more ships. So, the 4 series is the boarding party ships. Alright, yeah, make me a couple of these. We're going to need a Cypher, a couple of Phantoms. Yeah. Actually, hold on a second. What's the actual industry cost of negating this anomaly? Okay. That's worth throwing on there. Well, I guess it's only... Yeah, it's not an urgent one. We'll get rid of it, but... It's only lowering our dust and approval, and it's not actually having a meaningful effect on our approval. Okay, the good news is... It sure seems like he doesn't have anything that's capable of dealing with the Spectre. That will only be true for so long, though. I'm definitely nervous about our future. Oh, Oshi doesn't actually have anything in the queue. So, it would take us 1 turn to make... I think I would rather have a Riftborn than a Calgros. I think I'm not going to bother with trying to ship all the Calgros all over the place. That's a level of micromanagement that's probably not actually going to yield anything of value. I wonder how long that fleet at Leo is going to stand. People starving on Lechium? Okay, we have just enough food to maintain 2 population units. After this Calgros is born, our food value will be negative again. So that's going to keep happening. It's going to be born and then die, and then born and then die. We can fix that. Let's try to grab these. Actually, I think this might be the way to do this. Pick up the temperate world, then get the extra industry, then use that to help colonize the other world. Yeah, we can fix that, but we could also use it as an opportunity, right, to rebuild the population on that system in a different way. I was a little worried about the distance, because it's going to take so long for a population ship to reach like him, but if it's not actually going to grow naturally, that gives us all the time in the world. But hold on, what kind of worlds do we actually have in that system? There's definitely at least 1 sterile, right? It's 2 hot and sterile, 1 temperate. You know, Epistis would be good here. He'll fill that population up real quick. Alright. I'm going to send 3 units of Epistis from this system. It doesn't really matter which 3 units. Preferably ones who are not on sterile worlds, right? Okay, well, it's going to have to be one who was. You guys get to go to Liquid. I wonder how long that trip's going to be. Is there an indicator? There is not. Okay, well, have fun. Have a nice trip. You use this to refill the system pretty much instantly. And then, yeah, we'll come back next turn. We'll see. We'll see what else needs built. I think in a lot of places we're just kind of in make me dust mode until we get a little bit more research done and have some more interesting things to build. Alright, what is this? Some unknown pirate ships. Well, we should probably get rid of them, I guess. Yeah, I don't know where they're from or how they might spoil things, so I guess let's burn them down real fast. Okay, no meaningful damage. Let's hope that that's a phrase that we hear a lot more today. So we picked up a warp speed improvement and access to better drives. Okay, did I... Yeah, we could fix these ships up a little bit. So pulling this drive over the Hyperium drive costs us 2 points of dodge, but makes us faster. I'm not sure that I actually care about 2% dodge. I think the extra movement is more valuable. Occasionally getting places one turn sooner can make a big difference, it turns out. So let's cut all of these. We'll let this one finish, obviously. We can probably just retrofit it. It's going to be a fairly cheap retrofit. Okay. So you guys probably don't actually want to be here. I don't care about this system. There's no way it's valuable. See, I think I want to go... I think I do want to just take warp travel rather than going through Cran, just in case there's a blockade. This is only 1 turn longer, but it allows us to not be visible to them the whole time that we're traveling. Right, like they probably have already lost vision of us. There's something to that. Wait, where's this ship? The First Logical Wardens. It's not zooming to it. Nis. Oh yeah, okay. Wait, where's Nis? For a second there, I was thinking it was this place that has had that strange spatial anomaly. Can I click here to zoom to it? Oh no, this is Nis. So I have... Wait, do I have 2 different fleets named the First Logical Wardens? I do. Some strange things have happened. One of them is a fleet that only contains a single Shadow 3 who has a probe. And the other one is a fleet that contains a single Shadow 4 who has no probe. Yeah, what happened to the... Did I miss a note, or did our ship that was out here just disappear? Because we had a ship that was moving this way, right? Okay, no, it's at Aquarius right now. This is... this is really something. Let's see if I can issue it a movement order. Yes, I can. Okay, weird. Something is not right in this galaxy. There is a deeper mystery here that unfortunately we have neither the tools nor the ability to ponder. Something is happening here that is greater than our petty mortal squabbles. Alright, well, they're bringing more ships in to fight us. I think we should probably attack now before everything can run away. I missed some of it already. Hopefully this has taken the pressure off of the Sophons a little bit. It does look like some of the Sophon pressure is just this one tiny ship here that they refuse to attack, though. Okay. Between the lot of us, we're really pounding this planet's defenses. How much manpower do I have left? Enough for 300 tanks. Alright, I think we can probably take this place down. Yep, 3,700 spare manpower worth of troops. Easy enough. Oh, we took over a system of level 3 or higher. We were going to get here naturally. Alright, reduced construction cost on Riftborn population. Would have been better earlier. We definitely want to just allow this remnant to grow, I think. Let's build a couple of basic upgrades here. We might have to apply some dust on this one. Yeah, he conscripted. It just was not nearly enough. His actual troops don't seem to be very good fighters. Alright, hold on. What's our science output is 4232 right now. And we're trying to research techs that have costs in the many thousands. Like a lot of thousands. I'm a little worried that one free tech is almost certainly going to be something that is not valuable. We're rolling the dice if we take that. Whereas plus 10% science on Empire does just help us get where we're going faster. And the thing is, it actually can't be a tech that... I suppose we could take one free tech and it could give us something in this tier, which would allow me to immediately start researching Genius of the Endless. Okay, well, hold on a second. Hold on a second, you. Be right with you. Actually pretty torn here. The odds of this being something I don't care about are too high. Let's take Respect the Dead. Just be better at the plan we're already executing, rather than potentially getting a head start on the next plan. Alright, plus 10 industry per anomalies on all of the planets on all of our systems is pretty good. Oh, hey, look at that. We found a source of Voidstone. Yeah, I can't even find the home system of some of these guys. I guess we could try to execute some map trades, maybe? So who do we still not know? We don't know you and you, right? I found the Vaulter capital. Yeah, why don't we see if we can just get a map trade here?
You test my patience contacting the Empire.
I mean, we're technically at war. Cold War's like... I wouldn't say war is fair. How about I give you my maps as well? How's that sound? We have all this influence. We should be using it. Not quite good enough. What if I threw in just a huge amount of space potatoes? Well, that's too many space potatoes. There we go. That was an awful lot of thinking time for a no. How about this? Wow, did that have any effect on the line at all? How about... Hey, look at this. This is some very rare stuff here. I don't even know what to use it for. Alright. We tried. Let's see if, real quickly, these guys are any more likely to help us out here. Okay, that looks like it might be overcomable. How about 100 potatoes? You can make soup with them. You know how you people feel about soup. Alright, that's a start. How about... This is a tier 3 luxury. This might... Nope, nothing. How about... Quadronics? All of my quadronics. And also a little bit of adamantium. Something. Just help me out here. Okay. So we've got a ship in UE space. We'll find that. We'll find the UE capital ourselves. Apparently that's the way this is going to have to go. My suspicion is that it's out this way. Like, over here somewhere. Okay, well, now we know most of where we're going. And it's all really far apart. Okay, so yeah, we discovered some stuff, obviously.
On the surface, this...
Alright, Athero. Boy, Athero has some room for some people, doesn't it? So a lot of sterile worlds, you know, sending some Epistis out here I think does make some sense. So we want to try to send Epistis from places where we have remnants, I think. Yeah, we'll just bounce some more from this system, I guess. We have pretty good food income here. Alright. Everything else running, basically running. Athero could actually use some orders, which I clicked away from it. Alright. I imagine our allies can hold Leo, keep it relatively safe. So what do we pick up here? Some Cravers, which I do not really love. They've almost depleted the system already. So we could just get rid of them by shipping them to a full system and move our own people in here. Honestly, I think that might be a good idea. As kind of awful as it is, Cravers are real bad for the system. This does feel a little bit like a bug they should probably fix. But like, let's just send them in the direction of... I'm trying to think, where's a place where I would, where I'm not likely to move population away from? Yeah, we just won't touch the population of the capital. It's important to remember not to do that. Because if we do, then all those Cravers will land and things will get weird. But like in a bad way. Did I miss one? I did. I didn't actually set anything to build here. So we gotta send some other people to Leo. Remor, what do you got? The Soth is mostly Epistis. We're going to end up with a very Epistis-heavy empire here. So yeah, I want to get this done, and then we probably actually want to do some machine embodiment. Actually, we can do a couple levels of machine embodiment first. It would be good to get our Riftborn population to 50, right? Yeah, that has a non-zero effect. It's not big, but it's non-zero. Also, more Riftborn population does mean more industrial support in elections, which is important to us. So we can reboost the Remnant. Well, a lot of them are abandoning Leo in its moment of need. Alright, let's fight whoever's here. Yeah, they all bailed out. You jerks. Okay, so all of the space pirate fleets have been defeated, and we did in fact get enough of them done to get access to some new modules, which is pretty alright. We have adamantium to spare, that's for sure. Alright, hold on, we'll deal with this in a second. We'll level up our fleet commander here. Okay, so I said we'd come back to it, and then I totally didn't. We're in the final chapter of our faction quest here. The Riftborn, living under my leadership, wonder of the fate of the Communion, but they are sensible enough not to directly ask. Rumors spread that I left them in Koros, or eliminated them during their transit to this universe. The rumors are useful tools for control, and I do little to dispel them. Sometimes I wonder if this universe has changed me too much. Sometimes I wonder if this place of constant conflict and bargaining and deceit has altered the very character of the Riftborn. I often wonder if survival is enough. The Communion might be hidden from sight, gone in the minds of my people, but that doesn't mean they don't exert their influence. Every day I grant them an audience, and we enjoy lively discussions about the future. With little to do in their gilded cage except absorb news from across the galaxy, they make a circle of most insightful advisors. With Koraz gone, dead and blackened, they have convinced me that we must begin to take steps to resurrect our cosmos in this universe. Only then will we truly remember who we are. The Communion might be dead to all, but that doesn't mean they won't have a legacy. None will know this, of course. None except me. In order to win support for the plan to cast this universe in the image of Koraz, I must raise ecologist thinking across our worlds. Well, fortunately, that's pretty easy for us to do. So our initial population unit will begin to produce influence once we do this, and we can do this right now. Frankly, we can probably pulse Scrap Kings for just a moment here. And we'll just throw on... I wonder if Green Fertility Bill is actually going to be more science than this is. We have a number of systems now that have, 3 or 4 population types. This will be 5% science per anomaly on colonized planet on the system. So, it's a system level buff. Now this almost has to be more, right? Except in places where we don't have any anomalies. But there are some places where this is going to be like 15 or 20%. Hey look, we did it. Ecologist thinking is strong across the Empire, and the desire to see Koraz made anew is growing. The news that our home is a blackened shell, corrupted and uninhabitable, only strengthens feelings. Riftborn researchers make great strides in understanding the fundamental nature of matter in the universe, but still struggle to render Corrosian artifacts here. One day it will happen, though. One day it has to happen. The Communion, forever locked in their impregnable fortress, have come to accept their station. They are the ones I am closest to, the only ones I can speak entirely freely with. Through their collective wisdom, my influence over my citizens has never been greater. Despite the seasons that have passed, I still find this universe an infernal wasteland. But at least it is my infernal wasteland now. That's not really a happy ending. We didn't do good. We did not do a good. Alright, cravers are starving, There's a saying about eggs that comes to mind. So Leo's being invaded because all of our allied fleets immediately abandoned it, which is incredibly annoying. What's going to happen to all the population that's on the way to it? Let's resolve this battle at Leo real quick. Okay, so they have their own large ships. Although I note that their large ships are considerably less healthy than ours are. Also, bombers are particularly good against larges. Yeah, I think we just do this, right? Well, with just the long ships in place, though, maybe we're better off doing power to shields. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we have some shielding. The shield absorption will be good. Okay, apparently they're content to just flee. Even though some of their ships were at low enough health that fleeing killed them. Alright, so one more turn until Kuma's an easy take. What do we have going on here? Okay, yeah. Nice cheap engine upgrades. I wonder if we should move this fleet out now. The Spectre can catch up. My big concern here is just that we need to actually put some defense ships on Leo quickly. Yeah, alright, we'll take off. So we're going to lose Leo this turn. I'm pretty sure. I don't think conscription can be enough to help. Although we're conscripting a unit of Craver population here, so I'm going to do it anyway. No, never mind. Our tanks are so upgraded. I wonder if he has any infantry upgrades at all. Ground troops are important. You cannot ignore them. Alright, search the indicated curiosity Area 2 on the planet with 100 antimatter. Well, that's far enough away from us that I wouldn't be that concerned about it even if I had the antimatter. Alright, fortunately we know we can retreat here. You are attempting to retreat via an unknown star lane. So this is something I don't understand. I guess when you try to retreat, it picks a star lane at random for you to retreat on? Because there's a neutral star lane here. We can absolutely retreat. But it looks like it's not going to let me retreat that way. So it's going to retreat via one of these two. This one is not safe for us and will destroy the ship. This one might be safe for us. So we're going to hit the button here, see what happens. Okay. It looks like this one turned out to be safe. I'm not sure why we couldn't just retreat the way we know works, though. Alright, so I think we've dealt with all of the stuff we need to deal with this turn. You're just waiting. You guys can go into siege mode. I'm not too worried about going back for Leo, now that I know that our population is likely to win the fight. Yeah, things are going. We have enough food now, enough food output, that even without anybody specifically building manpower, we're still very positive on manpower. Although we're going to burn through a lot of it very quickly. Retrofit these designs. And we're going to start seeing the boarding pod ships in combat quite soon. Yeah, that's rough for him that his soldiers are just so vastly inferior to ours. That's going to make it very difficult for him to survive this this war. So we've cleared out all the defense here. Let's go ahead and drop on him. Oh, the button disappeared because a ship appeared. Let's go ahead and attack here. Just lock up these systems so that I have time to make some decisions. You know, Pixis, I think, is a place where we could afford to build some Riftborn. Now that Riftborn give industry or influence in addition to their other stats, we can use them to secure some of these systems a little bit. One of the bishops overseeing the Craver swarm on Leo has just passed away. A frequent enough occurrence, except for one thing. She was the last one. Bishops are critical to keeping a Craver population under control. You must quickly grow your Craver population to induce the mutation of a new bishop. I'm not gonna put any effort at all into doing this.
In the opinion of the Church, your actions are...
Church would love us to help them out. We're not going to. The Lumeris accepted a truce because the Cravers told them there was dust in it, and the Lumeris will do anything for some dust. So we're just gonna untruce that real quick. I was in the middle of something here. Please don't destroy my war. I've worked really hard for this war. Okay, this is a little bit less good for us. Worry about that in a minute. Kuma's pretty straightforward. Alright, and then we launch a ground assault, where I think we should be massively successful. Yep. We didn't even really destroy any infrastructure. That was a very low impact victory. Alright, again, we're going to go for conscription here. They're not ready to fight us. They do not have what it takes. Now, this remaining space battle could be a problem for us.
We may not
the population bonus system apparently cannot gracefully handle the levels of populations changing as rapidly as they are changing. All right. Well, do I think we need to sit here and hold Kuma? I think I'm going to get aggressive. Kuma has 18 population. We're not really in danger of losing it. Oh man, look at all these cravers. So, what is the population bonus for 20 cravers? 10% ship cost reduction. Oh, good. Militarist output. Well, we were never getting rid of the militarists from our Senate anyway. Another source of Voidstone. I think we're going to go right for Idris. Although, if we take Nusicon, we can probably hold it. And then it's producing antimatter, which is something we need desperately. You know what? Let's take this from them. We need that antimatter. Alright, finally, this space battle. This could be a tough one. So these are more energy weapon focused, and they are unfortunately all energy defenses, which is going to make them pretty good against our bombers. Yeah, this might have been a bad attack. They sense that. They can read the situation. Oh, they're also equipped with lots of bombers. Great. We both went power to shields. Let's see how this works out. I guess it's going to come down to who has the better bombers. Oh, it is worth noting, of course, as I mentioned earlier, that our large ships have a lot more health than theirs do. I'm hoping that comes into play here. We don't know what kind of bombers they have. It's possible that our bombers are just more damaging than theirs. Let's try to pull the camera over here so that we can see both the health bars. Oof. A pretty good opening volley. Yeah, they're going to win this race. I think they just have more powerful bombers than we do. And the same thing's happening in the other flotilla, except there they have one extra ship worth of guns. No, the same thing is not happening in the other flotilla. But why not? Oh, because these... Right, it's... No, 6 bombers? It should have been each of the large ships has 6 bombers, right? So... Not entirely clear. I guess each one of these little icons is actually 2 bombers. So yeah, this is both of our large ships worth of bombers. So these large ships over here were just dueling with their onboard weapons, which apparently is a place where we tremendously outpace the Cravers. So what, we have like some big missile batteries or something, right? Oh yeah, we have those nice positron torpedoes. Okay. Fair enough. We're still being blockaded, but just a little bit now. We're almost clear. Bracia. What do I want to build here? We do still need a few more Riftborn. We're going to make it to 50. There's some wormhole travel in our future if we're still thinking about moving across to the other side of the galaxy. A bunch of wormholes going through the bridge. Alright, this fleet is getting pretty close to being done. They keep sending stuff in, but they were not expecting us to show up with a brand new, fresh fleet, so I think this should be pretty held. This ground battle is completely under control. Okay. And hey, they gave us the ability to remove some of the cravers from our system, pretty much cost-free. This cooperative quest was completed, yes, we did. Yay, we got more titanium. Just what we needed. In 20 turns, ensure that you have the highest level of Empire approval in the galaxy. You know, that is very doable. And this game actually, I think, will still be going on in 20 turns. So if we wanted to go for Genius of the Endless, try to give ourselves a plan B, it would take quite a while to get it. We can accelerate this, of course, by continuing to win battles, because we're getting a significant amount of science out of doing that. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of tricks as far as upping our research rate. Boy, there's really nothing left for this guy to pick up as a governor, huh? I don't think he's a political leader. No, he's the same party as our initial hero. Well, you know, approval might matter eventually. Okay, we're at war with the UE again. That's fine.
Toying with the Empire.
Looks like we declared on him. We're not at war with the Vaulters right now, are we? No. So this is a pretty safe move. We need to get out of here before those pirates catch up. Alright, so you're just waiting for more probes to generate. And we're building population quickly. Alright, we don't actually have to watch this. This is going to be a total no-brainer. Do science from scrap for the little bit of extra science it generates. Yep, just wholly overwhelmed. We could start the ground assault now, I think. Given what we know about the strength of Craver ground troops, I think it's safe to start fighting. Okay. Kuma's not really in any danger. The Spectre is maybe not safe out here by itself. Okay, next turn we'll have a couple more ships produced. And at this point, as soon as we kill this ship off of Kuma, we'll actually be unblockaded. Our trade routes to the Lumeris will actually be able to run, I think for the first time since we signed the trade agreement. So this is the screen I want here. We should probably plow some dust into improving our trade companies. Okay. So this system was originally Lumeris, probably. Unfortunately, the planets are all screwed up now. Oh, hey, yeah, we finished cosmetic genetics. Or we finished the tech that allows us to build cosmetic genetics. Well, let's do a little bit of this. Something tells me we might build a ship or two here. Let's just a feeling I have. Oh, they're reinforcing at Kuma. I think they plan to actually attack. This is still going. It's a little slow. Oh, this is definitely something our Spectre can deal with. Let's be rid of these guys. Really? Who keeps doing this? I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not really that expensive to reapply the warp. It's just annoying. Yes, 20% damage on fleet. Wonderful. We're finally getting to the good Admiral upgrades. So let's ride back in here and redeclare the war. Hey, we were unblockaded for just a moment there. Because obviously we have a thing over here that we would like to do. You know, I wonder if we could just skip the siege phase entirely, given how much better our ground troops are than his. He only has 850 here. Well, we're gonna burn that down in 2 turns anyway, though. We should go ahead and do it. Preserve as much manpower as possible, because it's gonna be a long run to actually conquer in this empire. So 2 mediums, and they're bringing in more stuff. We better attack now before they have a chance to reinforce. Yeah. This is a fine formation, and we don't need to watch this. They'll probably just run. Yeah. But we're keeping them all low.
He may not.
Okay, our Calgros hit 10? Or were they... Where are they at? They hit... yeah. Because we took over a plan that had a bunch of Calgros on it, so their number jumped up. We're actually pretty close to unlocking the Remnant Collection bonus, which will help us maintain the Industrial Party. It'd be really cool if we could get the Industrial Party back in charge, but I think we're probably going to have the Militarists actually as the leading party in the Senate. For the foreseeable future, probably for quite some time. Alright, and it would be best if you guys could just get to Kuma. It's going to take 5 turns. Yeah, not totally ideal. This large ship will be done right about as they get here, so they can pick it up. And Yenix is in rebellion, really. Oh, because, yeah, we're at 15 of 8 systems now. We're actually starting to see some approval issues. Well, we have some solutions for this. Oh, and we have new singularity types to consider. It's possible that some fold and rip singularities will be... Man, plus 25% science on Empire is a pretty good singularity. That's one we're gonna have to use. Fleets can go back to where they came from when arriving in this singularity. Players can replay space battles and ground battles. And 25% science on Empire. So the rip singularity has an Empire-wide bonus. Yeah, we have to... That has to be the one we build to fill in our slot, right? And it doesn't super matter where we put it, because we don't need to really replay battles where we are a vastly superior force right now. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out where their capital is. We're very close to at least knowing all of the capitals, even if not so close to holding them all. And I definitely overestimated the speed of conquering that we'd be able to apply here to these cravers. Alright, well, I think that is going to be it for us for today. You know, we're making progress. We are almost actually able to trade with our trade partners. We've definitely got the Craver on the back foot. I think that this war is functionally over. We've destroyed too many of his ships too quickly for him to recover, given how bad he is at defending his stuff. What happened here? This system belonged to Purple, but their tendrils were cut? That can't be right. How would this system have ever belonged to Purple? You know, like I said, there's some weird stuff going on in this galaxy. I think the fabric of reality is maybe less stable than I was hoping. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Hopefully we can sew up this thing with the Cravers, and then look forward to the next plan. And we'll see you then.